Oh, hello. My name is Ryan, and I'm from 60 Cycle Hunt, the Guitar Podcast. And today I'm going to show you the new version of the 001 Fuzz Generator by the Tone Mob Podcast and SolidGoldFX. The previous version had a silicon transistor, and this one is germanium based. Otherwise, as far as I'm aware, the circuit is the same. The controls are the same. The case looks different. It's got a sparkly gold top on it with purple print on it. It just looks super fly. Let's dive into this thing and get crazy. But first, here's my dry signal. Tighten by Cower, McNelly humbucker in the bridge, going into my Princeton Reverb and my Ibanez TSA 15H. And here's that fuzzy fuzz. Man, it just sounds every bit as heavy and Velcro ripping and nasty as the first version, but there's a bit more of like an overdrive character to it. It's a little bit grittier, a little bit warmer and softer. I'm really liking it. I'll do a comparison to the original version at the end of the video, but let's dive into the settings of this thing first, huh? You'll notice at the top, there is a tone switch. This is a three-way switch. It gives you three different options, as three-way switches do. The left is your stock normal sound. The middle is a bright setting. And the right side is a bass boost setting. Lots of low end available on that setting for sure. This fuzz just gets fat and heavy with low end on that setting. It's pretty incredible. Let's check out the range of the bias knob. The bias is a really fun control on here. I love fuzzes that have bias. It lets you get really nasty or really smooth and distortion-y. Let's go to the nasty side first. Depending on your pickups, the low bias side will react differently. Let's try starving the signal a little bit with the guitar volume. I love that starving out broken fuzz sound. It's just so much fun. Man, that's my flavor right there. Let's get into the other side and everything in between. That's more your traditional, almost like Big Muff style attack. It doesn't sound quite like a Big Muff, but you know what I mean. It's more of like a distortion. It follows your every note. It doesn't break up on your sustain as much. Really super usable. Great sounds from there, super heavy, and when you turn up that bias, you get more output too. So if you want to slam your speaker with a lot of volume, turn that up, turn your level up, and you're going to be there. All right, let's check out the different settings on the fuzz knob. Put the bias around where it was before. Oh, volume pedal. Now, under noon or before midnight, the fuzz starts to get more overdrivey when you turn this down. A lot of fuzzes don't hold up well to being turned down too much. So let's see how this thing holds up with some more subtle chord picking. It really rounds out fairly nicely into a gritty overdrive sort of sound. It's still breaking up like a fuzz pedal, but it allows a lot more character of your guitar to come through than I would expect from a fuzz pedal. It's pretty useful at these low gain settings, especially if you're stacking it with other overdrives or distortions, even other fuzzes, or using it just to, push yourself out of the mix a little bit more. But I really like the fuzz settings on this thing too. So let's get heavy again. I'll work my way back up the fuzz dial. All right, let's get set up and compare this thing to the original 001. Here is the original 001 on the same settings as the new one. And here's the Germanium 001. Sounds a little bit softer to me, a little bit, I'd say warmer, and the gain breakup seems to be a little bit more complex. The gain breakup on the original is like a big, bold, hard-ripping sound, and there's more of like an overdrive character to the Germanium. Let's try a different setting. Here's a setting with the bias turned all the way down. Let's check that out again. it's really fun to be able to hear the difference between a silicone circuit and a germanium circuit from the same circuit design, the same fuzz pedal, just a slightly different component, and there is a big difference. There's just a lot more like overdrive character to the germanium circuit and a lot more of a classic hard-hitting fuzz character from the silicone. I would have a tough time choosing between these two, honestly. If you're shopping for one of these, you might have to buy both, is what I'm saying. Let's try out some light gain sounds and then just do some jamming. You guys just want to jam? Let's do it. All right, here's a light gain sound. You can hear the germanium one just really holds up a lot better at a low gain sound. There's a lot more content in your playing, and the signal holds up just a little bit nicer in my opinion. So if you're looking to do some light gain playing with the fuzz, I'm thinking the germanium is the way to go. If you're looking for a hard-hitting, ripping one, the silicone might be the right way to go, although I think those are sold out, so you got to hit the used market for sure. All right, let's stack these bad boys. Let's get crazy, and then we'll get into some jamming with some other guitars and playing some loops.